Okay, I'd like to open Mahoning County Commissioners meeting number 37, Thursday, September 28th. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good morning. It's been a hectic morning, so I apologize. How you doing? How you guys? All right, well, we'll open the meeting with public comments. Anyone has anything they'd like to say to address the board, ask them to come up to the podium and I'll give you 3 minutes. Please.
Karen's Historical, 127 East Grand Street, Lowellville, Ohio. I left a magazine, a newspaper on all aboard Ohio for the commissioners to read. And it's a group that's kind of affiliated with Amtrak to restore different parts of Ohio. And their main thing is doing the 3 Cs plus D. Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati, and dropping off to Dayton or going down to Kentucky. And if we can put full political pressure on Amtrak and the local, and DeWine is holding the cards to reestablish Amtrak service for mostly of Ohio, but Youngstown, there's studies that area, wherever the Amtrak station is, you have economic development, and Youngstown was the hub for the trains. And I've taken trains for the last 10 years, and I'll do it again. I took it from Los Angeles to Pittsburgh to Chicago and back several times. And it's a night, they said about flying, you spend that same amount of time flying, because you have to get up early, go through checks and this and that. So it's like an all-day thing. So you're on the train and relaxing. But our next meeting is in downtown Cleveland, and it's open to anyone. And so far, Youngstown has been mostly representative because there's a group of us that goes to all these meetings in this area. So I strongly suggest read up on it, send a delegate to Cleveland, October the 25th, something like that. And let's put full court pressure on these people that have the final say so, because why should Youngstown be left out? Because they're talking about having Columbiana a hub. Why put it in Columbiana when Youngstown's more central? So, but and I was upstairs listening to the debate about the deer. It's really interesting. They're getting all sides of the story. It's not what you hear in the Vindicator, but it's good to go to the courtroom and hear from the horse's mouth. Because I know when my nephew had trouble with the law, what you read in the newspaper and what you heard in the courtroom was totally 2 different things. And then it was on Facebook, and that was another disaster, with the truth. So let's try to. So let's try to get Amtrak back here.
All right, thanks, Terry.
Oh, if you join this group, you get 10% off Amtrak service for a ticket.
One-way ticket to Los Angeles, huh?
Las Vegas, whenever you want to go.
Okay, anyone else? Any other public comments? Brent, welcome. Congratulations on the new addition to the Cleveland Browns fan club.
Yes.
That little baby dressed all in orange and brown. Oh, it was good to see. Yeah. Congratulations. Okay, we'll move on to
Brent Fury.
We'll move on to approval of previous minutes of board meeting number 36, Thursday, September 21st, 2023, and approval of bills for payment.
So move.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Bear with me if I screw something up. I was running late today because of my contacts. I put old contacts in. They give me these things, one powers in one eye, one powers in the other eye. I put the wrong ones in and it's like,
Oh, no.
whether I should take them out or leave them in, but anyway. Okay, journal entries.
Motion to approve journal entry number 1.
Second.
Roll call.
A correction too.
Oh, okay.
Journal entry under mental health number 2. It says reimbursement for employee overtime. It is reimbursement related to grant activity.
No OT, grant activity. Okay, I'll refine the motion to reflect no overtime, but for grant activity.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Agreements, data.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is an agreement between the Data Processing Department and Help Desk Technology. It's licensing for our Help Desk management software, which we use to track service tickets across the county. This will provide up to 15 users, updates, upgrades, unlimited support, and consulting as needed in the amount of $4,844.88 from general fund.
Okay, thank you. Engineers, Pat.
Commissioners, letters B and C are both agreements with TSI Western Star for repairs to vehicle number 534 in the respective amounts of $871.53 and $903.73. These are both non-general funds. And letter D is an agreement with Commercial Truck and Trailer for repairs to vehicle number 56 in the estimated amount of $1,880.13, also non-general funds.
Okay, thanks, Pat. Hazmat.
Hi, Commissioners. I can take care of it if you want. The agreement for hazmat is with Cuyahoga Community College for confined space training in the amount of $1,200 non-general.
Hey, thanks, Ken. Lead-based. Morning, Phil.
F and G are both agreements with American Pinnacle Construction. F is at 316 Auburndale in the amount of $40,975. G is 778 Oxford, $31,725.
Okay, thanks, Phil. All right, OMB grants.
Commissioners, this is an agreement with Craig Beach Village for inspection services for the fiscal year 22 Grandview Road, Phase 3 street improvements in the amount of $3,000 non-general.
Okay, thank you.
CDBG.
Good morning, Commissioners. This item is for a grant to Beaver Township towards the site excavation prep, concrete pad and boulders for the new drop-off site there at the administration building.
Okay, thanks, Lou. Sheriff's Department, Joe.
Good morning, everyone. J, in agreement with Wadsworth Associates for the purchase of batteries for our UPS backup unit in the estimated amount of $7,645, and that's non-general.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Agreements.
Motion to approve agreements, letters A through J.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Change orders. Engineers. Pat.
Commissioners, letter A is change order number 1 with GIS Cartography and Publishing Services for additional services to the 2023 county map in the amount of $360 non-general funds.
Thank you. Motion.
Okay, motion to approve change orders 3A.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Road closings. Engineers.
Commissioners, letter A is the approval to close the following 2 roads beginning September 28th, 2023 for culvert replacements. We're going to close Huxley Road between Leffingwell and Western Reserve Road and Rosemont Road between Blott and Mahoning Avenue.
Motion.
Motion to approve road closings 4A.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions.
Motion to approve resolutions, number one, additions.
Yeah, a second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy
Right.
Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner
Jumping ahead of
Trafficante?
the-
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. Resolutions. Auditors.
Morning.
This is a resolution approving the rural obligation payment for $6,006.90 for a invoice for Corsa.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners, OMB.
Item B is a resolution approving the agreement and expenditures with the following agencies funded by the American Rescue Plan Act. West Branch Local Schools, $100,000, and Mahoning County Public Health, $60,000. Item C is a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the commission, Budget Commission, and authorized the necessary tax levies, certifying them to the county auditor. Item D is a resolution authorizing a lease agreement with Moab House for space at the Mahoning Valley Campus of Care. Item E is a resolution authorizing a transfer of $500,000 from the Children's Services Operating Fund to the Children's Services Capital Project Fund. And this will be for the purchase of, Sarah's here, and rather to speak in regards to the Moab House.
Thank you, Audrey. Good morning, commissioners, everybody. This is a request to approve a new lease for Moab House. This is the final tenant in the campus of care. Yay!
Yay.
We still have work to do, mountains to climb, but
We are
we're
full.
very happy with this one because they're
Fine.
partnering with an existing agency right there at the campus of care, Cadence. We're bringing in foster kids who are 18 years old, not ready to go out on their own yet. There's gonna be a den mother and father in the house, making sure that they get all the
Say you and
life
Gabe.
coaching, yes, Gabe and me, a little bedroom there. We get all the life coaching the kids need. And then right there on the campus of care, once they're ready to engage in more self-sufficient life, there's a second place that they can run themselves for an additional year so that when they're ready to get a lease and live on their own, they really have all of the skills that they need. I don't know, is a little factoid, but 90% of the kids who leave a foster care home without being adopted end up in the criminal justice system. And it's a heartbreaking situation. And thanks to Governor DeWine, there's some additional funding for that to get turned around. And we're grabbing that opportunity now that we have it. Moab House has been doing this sort of work already. So they got the experience. And this is a good scale up for them. So they're well prepared to take this project on. Good group.
Now, Sarah, do they, Candace, are they still running the coffee shop?
They are still running the,
Cadence.
Cadence is running the coffee shop and creperie, yes, with their own clients.
Right.
Yeah, it's these are some special needs clients, foster kids, who need the job experience. They have their own cafe in Niles, right downtown. If you ever have a urge for crepes, go on over there. They treat you really well. Yeah.
So this ends our major projects at the campus.
We still
How many
have
years have we-
Compass looking to move in, and that's a big boulder up a hill, but
It'll
It's
it'll
looking good.
happen.
Yeah.
Just in due time with that.
due time.
We've been doing this for what? Good part of 10 years?
Yeah, you guys have been up to it about 10 years. We got into it 2018, I think it was, maybe 2017. Yeah. And then the pandemic
Well,
happened, and
down at
everything went on
17,
slow
right? Or
track.
18.
Yeah, it's about 7 years.
Yeah. No, I do know that. I was
Big project.
I was at the closing of the YDC.
Yeah. And we're not done. We had a great meeting at the greenhouse, which is now built and there and ready to go. And all of the partners from the campus of care were sitting there, and everybody's going to use it for one purpose or another. It's so cool. Flying High has found that a lot of times in a therapeutic setting with two people sitting on a couch, it's not that effective. But if two people are planting plants and digging in the ground, a lot of things get said, a lot of therapy happens. And so it's kind of a different thing. And that's what this campus of care is all about, with the art therapy and that
Yep.
we're so happy that you're here for that. We have all of the kinds of alternatives to help build.
Beautiful kitchen,
Yeah, beautiful commercial kitchen
beautiful gym.
and a gym, yes.
You gotta see, you know, what I think would be great is if we could get all of our electeds to maybe have in a couple, you know, maybe in the spring, bring them all out and let them just see what all the grounds are like and what we have there. I really do think everybody needs to go back there to see what it's like now that it's full.
Yes. Yeah, it's big
I mean, I
difference.
really do. I mean, because when it was, if you could compare it, I mean, I know I should shut up, but when you could compare it with what was there prior to us being a part of it and giving money to fix it,
Yeah.
you would not think it's the same place. It's even better than what the state had. It is the best.
Much better.
And we still want to engineer on the Helms Foundation to put a second art therapy studio in. We haven't given up on that.
Your lips to God's ears.
Yeah.
I say so.
Sarah, what does Moab stand for? I'm sorry.
It's a town in Israel that's referenced in the Bible.
Yeah.
But shame on me, 'cause I should know exactly what
Bible
place in Moab.
So it's not an acronym then?
No, it is not an acronym.
It's an actual term.
It references, yeah.
It is, yeah, that is.
Okay, so now you're gonna have me running the Bible to find out where that.
Google.
Please
We'll have to
roll.
Google it.
No, there's also an individual named Moab in the Bible too. But okay,
Ah, that's right.
Thank you,
It's a
Sarah.
prophet.
Yeah.
Moab.
You know, amazing work that so many organizations do there and do such a great job. And the sad thing is, you mentioned additional monies going in to help the children. You know, even with the additional funding that the state legislature provided this year, Ohio is still last out of 50 states on how we take care of our children statewide from it. You know, I mean, it's pretty sad when you compare, we're last below Louisiana, Arkansas, West Virginia. We have a long way to go. And shutting down this facility 7 years ago, you know, was just another nail in the coffin to how we disrespect our disabled statewide in funding and in functional, you know. So
The sad
it's,
thing, the director had a disabled child. The director at that time
Yeah.
had a disabled child.
That's so heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking all the way around.
You worked like crazy to.
Well,
a lot of
let
people
that
did,
out.
yep,
I
thank
just had a
God.
big mouth
It's
when
a
it comes to that kind of stuff.
I don't know how they went home and looked at themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
I could never have done that.
Yeah.
Even if it was wrong,
Yeah.
I would have kept it open.
Yeah, well,
Me.
out of sight, out of mind, that's like, you know, that's when they go to Columbus and put the rose-colored glasses on, everything looks beautiful. They don't spend much time with the glasses off in Ohio in the communities.
there's a scripture where it talks about when something is meant for wrong, it's turned around to the good.
Thank
And the
you.
campus
You
of care is
covered
something
saying
that's
that.
very, something that may have been wrong the way it happened. It's actually turned out to something that's very beautiful and helping a whole lot of people and a lot of, from children to all
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah, it's helping more people now than.
We're taking care of our own. We can.
So
Yeah.
kudos to you guys for making it something beautiful.
Okay, we'll go to F. I think we're on for engineers, Pat?
Commissioners, letter F is a resolution of necessity to purchase 2 fabric shelters from Clearspan Fabric Structures International. This is through the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract in the estimated amount of $52,174. These are for salt storage facilities at our outposts in Sebring and North Lima.
Okay, thank you, Pat. All right, human resources,
I'll take it.
okay.
This is a resolution approving the 3-year agreement with Medical Mutual of Ohio, and this is our healthcare benefits.
Okay, jobs and family, Audrey.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Audrey, Nancy. Good morning, Jim. Letter H, Job and Family Services Resolution approving the unpaid leave of absence for one employee of our department. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Lid-based.
This is a resolution authorizing the satisfaction of mortgage for a deferred rehab loan at 524 Spring Street in Struthers, Ohio, CHIP grant.
Okay, thanks. Risk management.
I also take that one. This is a resolution approving the appointment of one risk manager for the department.
Sanitary.
Commissioners, letter K is a resolution approving a 30-day unpaid suspension for one employee of the department.
Sheriff OMB, Joe.
Commissioners, letter L is a resolution in support of an application to the Ohio Department of Public Safety for the following grants in the amount with no local match required. The IDEP grant of $38,226.10 and the STEP grant for $47,587.02.
Excellent. Thank you, Joe. All right, motion to approve.
Motion to approve resolutions A through L.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes. All right, relatively painless. Terry, you got here late. I didn't know if you had anything you'd like to add? Want to at least say,
Yeah, oh no, just, we're doing well. We're having our fundraiser coming up. I can drop some stuff off.
nice.
Our programs have grown. We are getting calls. We're getting requests for services. We're gonna be working in with Judge DeSalvo and Grace Court.
Terry, why don't you explain what the Helms Foundation does? A lot of people may not be familiar.
The Helms Foundation, a couple of years ago, we introduced art therapy to Mahoning County and Trumbull County. We work with several agencies, whether it is in mental health, whether it's in addiction. We're at, for example, I'll say we are at potential development. We have programs there. We have programs down at the juvenile courts. We have programs in several schools. We are in community programs as well. Throughout our area, we're getting into Trumbull County as well. We're getting to the point now to where we are looking to partner because our footprint has grown, and again, the demand for services. People are realizing that, we're not the craft people coming in, or this is not a paint and sip. We have defined our programs over the last few years because when we come in, and I use ACLD because they were kind of our pilot there at the beginning, but we came in, and any school we've been in, and I think anybody who has children can say this, that we come in and we say, where's your goals? Where do you want us to go? Where do you want us to work? What do you see? What is your vision for us coming in? They're like, our fifth graders. Nobody likes their fifth grade child. Nobody likes middle school children. I didn't like my middle school children. Not a one of them. And I had 5, not a one. They're just ugly. They're ugly people. And they are. I don't care how kind your child is. No, it just, something about that age group. And that's usually the focus. There's a lot that happens at those middle school years. And we were in there, and what had happened throughout the year is what we try to explain, and the hurdle we have tried to get over, is it is not the art. It is the modality of it, it's the mediums of it, but it is not the product. It's that process and what it does and how it gets through all those layers of whether it's trauma, abuse, and then it taps into that certain part of the brain that has been just so suppressed. And it is almost sometimes like a Pandora's box. And you have to be very careful and very gentle with the type of instruction that you have to have from the art therapist to know how to recognize that, what to do with that, and how to move forward with that. And we were finding that in a lot of situations when art therapy was introduced, our therapists were noticing a lot of childhood abuse, neglect, and the answer was always the same when we would then have to address this. We'd go, to the counselors or to the agency that was working there. They're like, she's so happy. She's like the nicest. She's so chatty. that is not, that is the problem.
Sure.
That's one of the problems, you know. And they recognize this, and they recognized the form of therapy that this is. And now this year going back in, we are now in separate groups functioning on cognitive, functioning on behavioral, functioning on, you know, the trauma, anxiety. You know, I've received a call the other day where they have an inpatient program and their youngest inpatient is 7 years old.
Oh, my God.
7 years old. And I says, you know, my God, I have my oldest grandson is like 8, you know, and then we were talking, they said, well, we would like to address, you know, our second group, you know, the 11 to 14. And I said, why wouldn't you want it for the younger groups as well?
Sure.
Again, this is just part of that education that the trauma that is here, I said, why do you want to see this person again in another so many years? You know, we need this intervention here. It needs, and it is adjusted to that age. It is adjusted to that diagnosis. It is adjusted to their needs. And we're down at Easter Seals. We're with dementia. We're in with hospice now, with palliative care, with hospice care.
Sure.
People don't realize, well, they're dying. Well, they're still a person. They're a human being who still needs to communicate.
Right.
They need to transition properly. And they need that person there that can use that nonverbal form of communication, work with that and have things for the family or have things that they may want to leave or have something that they want to try to communicate in this form. And, you know, now that people are becoming aware of this, our services are growing. So we're looking into partnering. We have a place in Warren that was donated to us, actually, the second floor of a building that we're renovating that we can do more community-based programs also. And,
Nice.
you know, there's just, you know, who am I talking to? You know the needs and where they are.
Terry, why don't you tell us when the fundraiser is?
Don't panic, I have envelopes for everybody. So nobody worry. You know, we're doing a casino night. We're bringing in tables. We have a company coming in. Who doesn't love to gamble, drink, and play the lottery and smoke if you choose, you know. So we're doing it out at Woodland Cellars at the Manor. They've been very generous with us. We had an artscape out there this past summer that was so much. Listen, we built walls in the woods. Kids built pinch pots and adults, and you fill them with paint and you just chuck them. I mean, you just throw them with everything you have. People were so funny. So older people, younger people.
Is that in Hubbard?
You know, no.
Liberty.
Oh.
It's
I think
Liberty.
it's considered Liberty.
It's the old Sacred Heart Retreat House.
Yes, and how they have redone, I don't know if you've been in there at all for anything, but they have kept the aesthetic of it.
Oh, it's pretty.
The marble is beautiful. How he is redoing it and they've kept the floors. They had to knock off the back of it. That was in pretty rough repair. And they put a huge banquet facility back there.
I went to retreat there when I was at Ursula.
If you were a good Catholic girl, that's where you went. Yes.
We were in the building in the back,
That's the one.
my crew.
Good and Catholic in the same sentence, huh?
Well, that's why the building's not there. No, so.
Knocked it down.
But, you know, just a little FYI.
Oh, my God.
Next year,
Carol,
we
good
need
and
to build for
Catholic in the
next year's
same
fundraiser.
sentence.
We wanna bring Michael Israel here. I don't know if you know
Really?
Michael Israel, do a Google on him. He's an active artist, he has traveled the world and he does fundraisers. And he actually called me one day,
Wow.
which I was amazed, like he was in his car in Boca. I was coming out of the hairdressers, I'm like, wow, what? You know, kind of thing. And he said, you know, I love what you do, I heard about what you do. He says, we wanna work with you over the year. This guy has brain, they had him up at Stanball once, but he wants to activate the art community. He wants to bring that, he wants to bring all of that to light and how this works. And he says, you know, I wanna work with the local government, I wanna work with the agencies, I wanna work with your arts councils, your universities, which is amazing to be acknowledged, you know, on that level. And for somebody like this, who gets it, you know, is very impressive.
Keep us posted on that.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks.
And you'll have some pass outs if anyone wants one for the casino night.
And they are very fun. We've been to them.
Okay. Anyone else have any comments? Oh. All right, Anthony?
No, I just wanna, again, it's good to see Terry back
Oh, nice to see you.
and all the good that you do. And looking forward to helping and contributing and being at your events as always.
Well, we do want a dealer. Just say we want a political figure for a dealer at one of our tables.
I could do a crap table.
I don't think they're
Big.
allowed.
That's big.
I
Or a
don't know that they're
blackjack.
allowed to do
Blackjack,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
we have sponsorships on
I
blackjack.
lose anyway, so I might as well be on the
Listen,
other
I
end
don't
of
care
it.
what you do. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care. I don't.
No, that sounds good. That sounds good. Like
Dave's,
the-
Great to have
Dave's our poker player.
That'd be great to have you, absolutely.
Video poker, maybe. That's about it.
I want to say hello to my good friend, Mr. Brent Fury. Thanks for coming. Good to see you here.
Good to be here.
Do a great job, Hercules, Sparkles, and you're involved in a lot of businesses. Bless you. Absolutely. With that being said, that's it. I'm good.
Carol?
I'm just, I'm overwhelmed with happiness today. First off, to finish off our campus of care, that's like the ultimate. And Terry, I mean, you started with one piece of art. And look where you're at now with the help of,
They were all
all
trying.
of us just
We're all-
working
it
together.
takes a village.
It
takes a
take, and
village.
you
It
did it, and you never quit.
We
And
did
your
it.
program,
We did it.
your program is, I gotta say, art is the way to the mind. Because when you put it on a canvas, you know immediately what that person is thinking. They won't say it, but they feel it. And you could read it. And
It's very powerful, thank you.
You know, and the thing that really brings you all back, or brings me back when I see it is, you know, all of the displays and shows and presentations that we've had the privilege to go to, where so many people that have gone through, you know, potential development homes, different things. And I probably have 10 different paintings that I've bought through there. And the one that I keep in my office here at the county is the one that really makes you think, is that a woman she painted a picture of herself, and you know the painting. And then she painted over it a kaleidoscope that you would look at when you look through a kaleidoscope. And you have to stand back to see the picture of the woman through the kaleidoscope. And you can only imagine, you know, what went through her mind when she was painting that, you know, that she's lost in that kaleidoscope, you know, and you know, a lot of people that have problems that you do such a great job to help, you know, probably feel that way, you know, and you know, the painting is so powerful. You know, it was something that, you know, I there's a write-up of the woman that painted it and that did it, that I have attached to the back of it. And that's probably the best piece of art I ever bought, you know, that, you know, really reminds me of, you know, life and challenges that nobody really knows what someone else has to deal with, you know, so.
There was one woman, probably one of the most powerful things over these years that I've been doing this was, she was introduced to art therapy when she was in the hospital. But this poor woman she went through a divorce, then she had depression, then she had a brain tumor, then she had to have surgery for her brain tumor, then she had to go through that rehab, and she was introduced to art therapy. And art therapy is so many different things. I know people say painting, it's hard to explain, but you know, that's why we come in and we do a lot of services to educate people on what this is about, you know, and she has donated, and you had a couple of her pieces, and her art would be layers because she couldn't focus, like she couldn't think, like she couldn't manage her emotions, you know, so it would be one layer, then it'd be something else, and it would be something else. And she said in her very first description that she had sent to me was, I would rather have another brain tumor than ever have another bout of depression again. And that was powerful.
wow.
Yeah. She said, I would go through that any day.
So,
Wow.
Okay, with that said, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Roll call.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Don't leave until you get your envelope.